lovers, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Tennessee Titans and the Baltimore Ravens. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Earl Thomas in on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
A first down throw for Mariota. This will be caught by Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota, man open. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now Jackson on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On third down, here's Eckler. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
A 39-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get off the field, defense.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mariota. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
20. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive.
He's got a man, complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to take off, and I think the ball's out. And that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. On 2nd down, Eckler. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. On third down, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
3 bucks. Wide, get wide.
Now Eckler. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. On the ground, it's Eckler. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
A loss of 4 yards. Brings up 4th.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So we're in halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This will be taken in at the 1. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 71 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this second half. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is now 13. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll run it again with Henry. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Mariota on the screen. This is Edmonds. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 37. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. From the gun, Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Chance.
Mariota to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Don't be mad.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
57, Mike 57.
Mariota now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Once more, here's Eckler. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mariota. And he slings one that's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Crunch! Pick the edge! Come!
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota flushed out right. Towards the end zone for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Mariota again. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. Mariota now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 16, Mariota. This is caught. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Okay, I know it's an old line, but it still applies here. The fat lady has not sung yet. She may be warming up, but she hasn't sung yet. There's still an opportunity.
Suck up for the extra point. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that kicks first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. 6-yard. 54. Watch the out. Watch the out. Tight dog. Tight dog. Tight dog. Check 99. Check 9. Go. Switch it. Switch it. Come on. Switch it.
Throwing is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. It's Eckler again, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Harold Landry coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Tucker's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Strong left. Strong left.
First down, Mariota. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing, Mariota. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain there of 21 yards. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Switch. Hey, check 20.
They started on the ground with Eckler. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they take a knee. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Hey, we got 4 down.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Able to go down to a knee, wrap this one up in the wild card round. Being at home, that certainly helped.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And think of it this way. If this is tennis, they held serve. They did what they were supposed to do. Won at home, rewarded their home crowd. They may have to go on the road the rest of the way, but they'll do it with some confidence.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.